What is up, everybody? This is your chronically Caucasian vocal analyst, and today we're going to try to understand how Stitch does the things where there's more than one note, which I don't get. Anyway, let's get into this.
You could do it. You could do
There
it.
we go.
But I promise you, the polyphonic voice step 1 and step 2 is super simple. Step 1, you want to sing in your falsetto voice. Like this. But to make it easier, just pick one note, sing it very slowly and softly. Boom! Step 1 done. For step 2, you want to layer that falsetto note with a whisper.
I want to pause here, just in case people. There are going to be people who struggle to get that tone really clean. The best thing you can do is take a straw and a glass of water. Put the straw in the glass of water and sing. The back pressure will help make your throat feel a bit more comfortable, but also you'll literally see bubbles. Falsetto, in the way that he's demonstrating here, is just like super little air. So you need a very small inhale, and you need to not really push out the sound. So if you're struggling with that bit, just a heads up.
You know, whisper like, hey, yo, what's up? Yo, what's up? Yo, what's up? Why a whisper? Let me tell you why. Because in my previous polyphonic tutorial, I said step 2, just tighten your throat. And a lot of you were like, Stitch, how do we tighten our throat? So I'm so sorry for being so vague. But yes, the way you tighten your throat is by whispering, just like this. Notice how when you whisper, your throat tightens up a tiny bit. Yes, just like that. So you want to take that falsetto note, and then layer it with a whisper, right? And that's why a falsetto is like a very airy sound, a lot of air is coming out, because technically you're whispering with a falsetto. So just like this.
There's a bit more going on than just mixing those two things. To kind of give a bit more detail of what he means by falsetto being effectively kind of a whisper. They're not entirely the same. Which is why, like, when you mix them together, that's really interesting that's the sound that comes in. I'm gonna have to try that. Because like that part mixing them together, I cannot sit here and say that I understand that. But with falsetto, all you're doing is you're flipping your folds open, and then the edges of the folds will oscillate. Whereas when you whisper, you retract your folds, and they don't necessarily oscillate. You just have a white noise coming out. And then I do ba-di-ba-ba, right? And you can use your consonants that are unvoiced. But that's interesting, putting them together. It seems like when you put them together, something happens that, like, doesn't happen in any of, like, I don't know. I will have to try this and maybe talk to some people.
Just like that. It's super easy. Now, this is the method that I know of. As we know, there are tons of different polyphonics out there.
A lot of beatbox tutorials are like,
method.
it's super easy,
some
guys.
of you are asking,
Yeah.
I can
Yeah. No, I had that with the lip bass. They're like, you'll get in like a week, and I'm like over here with I'm doing that same thing. Like, it doesn't exactly work out. Hey, guys, close. Sounds better than I think. Anyway.
already do your polyphonic. How do I make it better? Well, it's simple. Practice. But Stitch, what kind of practice? Okay, I can give you 2 examples. Number 1 is to sing a song in polyphonic. Now, there's this song that I grew up listening to. It was the intro song of the CSI series, and it's just a simple song. So to train my polyphonic,
That makes me feel old. That's known as this CSI sound instead of the Who.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would sing that song in polyphonic voice. Now that's one method. The second method is to treat polyphonic like a new language. When you learn a new language, you speak to everybody in that new language, and by doing so, you become more fluent in that language. It's the same thing with polyphonic. Just speak every day in polyphonic. Now it sounds weird, but I literally do that, and my friends are all very used to it. Like, they are so used to it. They will be like, hey Stitch, I'm gonna go to that Chinese restaurant to get something. Do you want anything? And I'll be like, yeah. Okay, so can you give me 1 fried rice and 2 dry chili chicken with extra rice? Okay, thank you.
That's hilarious that his friends are accepting of that. Mine are not, but I guess opera is different. It's really, really loud, and you can't really easily. Yeah, you can't easily talk in throat bass. Pick me up the cube with extra rice. I don't know. Something about that is more obnoxious, I think, inherently. I want to touch on practice, like why we practice and like what specifically you're trying to accomplish physiologically. So nothing's wrong about what he said, but let's get into this a little. So this might be difficult for some of you to see. This is a neuron. These little fatty things, these little blobs, that's called myelin. So this, not that, that's a lie. These little things right here, that's myelin. So what happens is that...
Where's the, sorry.
Where's it? Oh, I have it on, yeah, I'll put it on. So the entire goal when we practice, in order to build these things, is that we have to interrupt forgetting. It's not like a number of times that you do it. It's not about quantity. It's about like taking a step back, forgetting what you just did, and then trying to recall it. For reference, like Mike Tyson used to punch in the mirror and watch his form for like maybe 5 to 15 minutes at a time and then stop. I used to go to the bathroom and do lip trills because no one would know any better. Right? You're in the bathroom, nobody knows. Right? It's all part of it.